Dabs 4 days. What's up, Nay?
Oh boy, one chat, huh? Okay, thank you. That really encourages me to do a show. Thank you, Dabs for Days. I appreciate you, buddy. Start the show, as promised.
Prepare yourself.
Justin Jefferson.
Prepare yourself.
Do the show. I'm
Do
here.
the show.
Prepare yourself.
There it is.
Dabs 4 days. How's your morning?
So far, so good.
Justin Jefferson. You know I'm the life of the party, LMFAO.
Yes, you are. Glad you're here.
Fuck you, Michelle. Fuck me. Fuck you. Levi's jeans, fuck you, back times and song here. Sick of your low, some little dick. Line and take good cash in your chips. You sit late whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio, all the woman in red. Levi's music, fuck yourself. It's all yours.
It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking Chevron! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Hollywood! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck off! Fuck you!
I just got a kick out of something. I had blocked an advertiser on Twitter.
I like long hair, nay lol, he was a savage.
Yeah, he was crazy. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We've got all of this craziness. I love it. That's the Discord. So it gives us an echo, if you will, a repeating image that goes on forever. It's really cool. We were messing with that last night. We got really high. And we were having a lot of fun with that, buddy. I got really high. I mean, we outlasted Cyber and Pinoy last night. I kept going because I was just having so much fun tripping off of the visuals. I was tripping off the visuals. Anyway, you might like this. Report finds no evidence of alien life linked to UFOs. Yeah, you think? I mean, I already told you there was no evidence linked to UFOs, but you didn't want to believe me, did you? So we had to go and spend, $1 billion so that morons like these stupid senators that work for us, our leaders, could be convinced of what I already knew. So dumb. But let's go spend a whole bunch of money researching it,
Justin Jefferson.
When just,
I passed out and missed it. Dang it.
Just such simple reasoning to prove that there aren't aliens. Simple reasoning, and you wouldn't have had to spend any money at all just to sit down and have a conversation for a few minutes with me, and I could have convinced just about anybody how dumb that idea was. But no, NASA had to go spend millions of dollars researching bullshit. Oh, here's a little ditty I think you'll like. Do you remember when I told you that I really felt like Lauren Boebert was actually being drunk and disorderly? I told you because... she's fucking white trash. I mean, there's really not much. There's not
disruptive. The DCPA says she was vaping.
There's not really much more explanation involved here. I mean, she's white trash. She's trailer park trash. It's basically how she holds herself, how she dresses, how she acts. She's got no class. And she's fucking privileged, right? Because we've elected her, right? So she walks into a movie theater and acts like she owns the place, and now they've got her on video doing exactly what I told you she was fucking doing. I didn't even doubt it for 1 second. And people like her shouldn't be allowed to have cannabis, period. Even though she's probably... No, they said it smelled like cannabis. I was like, it's probably nicotine, but people said it smelled like cannabis. Anyhow, yeah, let's go over that video really fast so you can see it for yourselves. So I'm not making shit up again. I think a lot of you think I just make shit up. But I got receipts. Here you go. Here's the receipts. Because I
Justin
rock.
Jefferson.
This is all reasons you should be the president, bro.
No, not me. That's not the guy you want for president. Okay, watch this.
Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show.
Look at her.
That claim goes up
Boom.
in smoke when you see the video.
Boom.
The pregnant woman sitting behind Boebert told the Denver Post she asked her to stop vaping, and Boebert refused. Her one-woman show continued, taking flash photos, raising her hands and dancing, often the only one clapping or standing up in the crowd. Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave. The theater's incident report says Boebert pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card on the way out, giving theater employees the single-finger salute. The DCPA says she was vaping. Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show. That claim goes up in smoke.
Boebert's team says this is from fog machines in the show.
Smoke. Fog machines in the show. Said the haze was from fog machines. Team denied that. Boebert's team.
So, people who team up with Boebert, they're just as guilty as she is. If you're on her team, you're one of the guilty. So her team lies for her. You're just like, you have no class and you need to not be a leader anymore. Period. There she is vaping. There she is being unruly. There she is doing exactly what I claimed just by knowing what kind of a person she was. That I had a feeling she was doing everything that she'd been accused of. And son of a bitch, they got the whole thing on video. It makes me feel good when I get shit right, and I get it right all the time because I'm a good judge of just basic facts. You give me the basic facts, I'll give you my response. My response is almost always correct. That makes me feel really good. I like getting stuff right. This UFO things, this is going to be fun, right? This is going to be fun, right? Because I've been telling you for years that's all bullshit on this show. Repeatedly. NASA officials discussed the results of an independent team's findings released Thursday after delving into how to unlock the secrets of unidentified anomalous phenomena. Anomalous. More commonly known as UFOs. But they put UAP, they put the words for UAPs. That's so weird. I need some kafaf and a dab. Stat! The first LGBTQ, I believe a trans woman, got elected in Alabama. Something like that. So yay for freedom.
Francesco Moro.
Yay for freedom in this country. And yay for people of Alabama that elected that person. Way to go. And there should be less hate and there should be more acceptance of people that are different than you. For sure. And that's obvious. If Alabama can do it, everybody can do it. If Alabama can be supportive of a trans person, you can be supportive of a trans person, okay? Be Alabama. All right? I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. Be Alabama. I'm not an American. I'm from Kentucky. All right. Okay. Wow, Pinoy really hooked it up, man. Dabs on dabs on dabs on dabs. This is all reasons you should be the president. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so nobody's talking in the Rumble. Feel free to talk in the Rumble. Don't be scared, folks. I'm here for you. Lauren Boebert says to them, "Do you know who I am?" They're like, "Yeah, you're fucking kicked out, you dumb fucking classless bitch." In Florida, a growing movement within black...
Francesco Moro. Yeah.
In Florida, a growing movement within black churches and congregations is challenging the state's official educational curriculum, claiming that it fails to accurately depict black history. That slavery was bad for African Americans. Yeah, that would be the narrative, the truth. Fuck you, Ron DeSantis, you fucking piece of shit. You goddamn history denier. Fucking piece of shit. All right, let's do a dab. We're cyberless this morning. We are cyberless. We're panoiless. It's early over there, California. Yeah, okay. So it's just me over here. I wonder if there's anything interesting going on that I should look at before I do this. Nay's Garden is live all over the internet. That's great. Remember I told you someone pulls a gun on you, just grab it out of their fucking hands?
Robbery gone wrong. This man was at a gas station when two robbers came in.
So here's an example of that, I guess, happening. I haven't seen the video yet. Oh, all the auto industries have gone on strike while the CEO is making like 34% bump in goddamn pay. They only want to offer the workers 20%. Watch this.
Before one of them pulls out a gun, the man grabs the gun and Uno reverses, with him holding the robber hostage instead. He tackles and holds the robber down. While waiting for the police to arrive,
Fuck yeah.
he checked the gun and noticed it was jammed, so he fixed it.
He fixed the jam gun.
Robbery gone wrong. This man was at a gas station when two robbers came in. Just before one of them pulls out a gun,
This is what you do.
the man grabs the gun
Boom,
and
that's all.
reverses,
That's
with him
all.
holding the robber hostage
That's all.
instead.
Because what are you gonna do when somebody grabs the gun out of your hand?
Francisco Moro. Damn.
That's exactly what I did when guys held a gun on me. I grabbed it out of their fucking hand. That's all you gotta do. I've told you the same fucking thing happened to me, and that's how it'll go down. Because anybody pulling a gun out like that's a fucking pussy. They already got a gun out, they're a fucking pussy. And you know this. So go use that against them, grab the gun, and beat them to shit with it. That's it. Boom. Lesson learned. You learn great things like that on this show. And how do you learn shit like that? Because I've been in that almost that exact same situation, except for me it was 3 guys, and it wasn't 2 guys with 1 gun. It was 3 guys with 3 guns. And it wasn't in a 7-Eleven, it was in my apartment.
Treasure Coast Waters. Eat
And I had
right
2
on
witnesses that were with me that day too. 3 assailants, 2 witnesses. There were 6 of us there. You're standing close to me with enough that I can grab you, and you pull out a gun. You're not going to be holding your gun much longer. You know, it's that simple. You don't pull the trigger. As soon as you pull that gun out, I'm going to get you. That guy, he knew what the fuck he was doing. I know what the fuck I'm doing. There's a lot of us out there that know what the fuck we're doing. So remember, next time you walk into a store, one of us might be right there, right behind you, coming in to go get some milk. Coming there to take you down so you go to prison, or maybe we'll just take your gun and fucking blow you away with your own gun. Which, that guy would have been perfectly fine to do that in that situation. Yeah, he could have grabbed that guy's gun and just shot him with it.
Eat video.
That would have been an even better video, I think, if he grabbed the guy's gun and shot him and killed him with it. You know, and the guy's like, I'm dead. I'm dead. The guy that got stabbed. Oh, God, yeah. You're dead, dude. What else do we got? Fun stuff here. COVID clots of Full Measure Town Hall. What is this? Full Measure with show. The COVID clots. Oh my god. Dude, how does shit like that make it onto fucking YouTube? Michael Saylor on YouTube. How to produce 95 cars. This guy's trying to rob these people.
I don't know if this is for you.
You guy must have had a gun. Scared the shit out of the dude. Dude, that's... You don't know... They don't even tell you what the fuck happens. He's armed with a gun.
I don't know if this is for you.
Huh. I don't understand. He just... I don't get it. It's a fucking dumb video. Some of these videos are so stupid. They have no explanation. Supercut of lies. Okay.
George Santos was presented with a video supercut of many.
Oh, we missed this part of the
on CNN
we missed the supercut.
and his reaction is priceless.
My grandparents survived the Holocaust. My mom was a
Justin Jefferson
survivor. They sent me to
must have been a painted water gun.
Horseman prep in the Bronx. I actually went to school on a volleyball scholarship. When I was in Beirut, we were the #1 volleyball.
Did you graduate?
I put myself through college and got an MBA from NYU.
So, Congressman, I just want to give you a chance here. You've admitted, I understand you didn't graduate from NYU. Horace Mann says they've searched the record.
They show... Look at his face. They show his face.
I put myself through college and got an MBA.
Listening to himself fucking lie.
So, Congressman, I just want to give you a chance here. You've admitted, I understand you didn't graduate from NYU. Horace Mann says they've searched the records. There's no evidence that George Santos or any alias attended Horace Mann. Can you explain to anybody watching that why you said some of the things that you've said, which you yourself have admitted are not true?
Aaron, you know what would be great? And I'm not deflecting, but I'm just going to call it.
No, you are deflecting. As soon as you say you're not deflecting, you're deflecting. Okay? It's hilarious. You know what would be great? If you answer the question, why are you a fucking liar? Why do you lie? And I'll tell you why. Because every time this fucking cunt job has been caught lying in his entire life, all of us, all the other cunt jobs in the world, we reward him. We say, attaboy. We elect him fucking whatever. We give him money. We let him have nice things. We don't put him in jail. We don't prosecute him. We don't spit on him like he fucking deserves to be. And then, Aaron Burnett's all curious and wondering why motherfucker keeps lying about shit. Well, you've got him on your fucking show, Aaron. I don't see you trying to fucking, do away with him. I see you making him more popular. Platforming him. That's the answer to your question, Aaron. You're the fucking problem. People like this exist because people like you put them on TV. Fuck both of you. How's that? How's that for a little morning reality? How's that for a little creamer in your coffee? Not telling in the Rumble. One person in the Rumble. Okay. Okay, one person in the Rumble. The rest are timid. You're all so scared of me. Oh, I'd be scared of me too. I'm a very scary man. Okay. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers to Justin. TC Dub. Not telling. Dabs for days. Started the show. Here we go. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers.
Francisco Moro. Cheers.
What else do we got here? Oh, let's check this out.
Just said, if you've got kids,
Justin
you
Jefferson.
teach your kids.
I like you,
Otherwise,
Nate, but
just
you
shut
took
up
away the
and
only
trust
thing I
the
had to believe in this
library
morning.
system, the
I want to cry.
What, UFOs, bro? Bro, you don't have to just believe in UFOs. There's all kinds of other things you can believe in, man. You can believe in the truth like I do, man. I'm very satisfied in my life because I believe and honor the truth and I respect the truth. It's a great feeling, man. You know, walking around not believing in
Justin
UFOs
Jefferson.
feels fucking great.
Aliens.
No, dude, I'm not saying there aren't aliens. All I'm saying is the evidence around here, this planet, and this, even the solar system, ain't evidence. It's all bullshit and lies. I'm not denying, yeah, there might be aliens out there, bro. It's a huge goddamn universe, bro. So don't walk around thinking that Nay's telling you that aliens don't exist. What I'm telling you is they ain't here. That's all I'm telling you. They ain't here. And they don't have a way to get here, and we don't have a way to see them if they are out there, and we don't even have a way to prove that they exist. And, you know, if they want to make themselves known and they're that powerful, you know, I guess we'd find out about it one day, right? But if not, who cares, man? There's so many other things to worry about. So many other things to think about.
Steven Running. Anything is possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. Except for, you know, a fucking metallic balloon being from another planet. You know, flying across the sky at 35 miles an hour. That ain't a goddamn alien flying that little metallic balloon. It's fucking helium and wind currents. You know, it's not rocket science, guys. Let's listen to this a little bit.
school system, let them decide for your community. I completely, totally reject that. I don't have any kids, should I shut up? I pay taxes. When you have a public library and you have a board,
Library?
somebody decides what books go in or what not.
Did that fucking dumb stump just say library? Did he really just say library?
When you have a public library, I pay taxes. When you have a public library, when you have a public library, when you have a public library, when you have a public library.
I mean, almost every child on the planet knows the word is library. You know, it's like listening to fucking Caitlin Collins say important, important, important 3 times in one breath. Important. If it's important to you and isn't important to your campaign, it's important to everybody. I can't even, it's hard for me to say it wrong. That means it's important to you and it's important to your constituents and it's an important part of your platform. It's important to everybody. It's important. You can't say important. Important. It's easy, Caitlin Collins, you fucking dumb stump. It's important, not important. There's no D in important. It's important. 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 Not important. You fucking dumb bitch. How the fuck are you working for CNN? You can't even say important. You idiot.
And you have a board.
I need a dab. Stat.
Somebody decides what books go in or what not to go in. Lend your voice to the cause. It's okay to speak out for your community. Cameron, you have an advocacy group in Texas, right?
That is correct.
And you have every right to do that. You can advocate for your point
Advocate?
and somebody
Dude,
in Texas has
this
to
guy
decide
cannot
who wins.
speak. The word is advocate, not advocate. He's advocating in the library, everyone. And it's very important. I bet he says important, too. It's very important that he advocates, I can't even say these words, advocates in the library. This guy's a state senator. It's important that you advocate in the library.
Okay, ID a new Faye.
But never shut up.
No law regarding
quiet.
cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
My point is, the theory of this case is parents have a very limited role in life. Apparently, taxpayers have a very limited role in this area. You're paying money to run these libraries. I mean, you're getting money from taxpayers. They should speak up. Ms. Knox, you said, is it unconstitutional for a parent to go to a school board or a public library
Stephen
and
Running.
complain?
Cheers.
Thank you for giving me the chance to respond. Actually, almost all libraries have in their policies something called a request for reconsideration that allows parents or interested community members to object.
Well, they
or
already have
say
it.
What they would like to
There you go.
have changed in a library collection. I think what's important to remember is that this is a collective decision. It's not just one person who gets to say what is in a library collection.
I'm not arguing with you. Somebody has to decide. But the point is the individual here, the individual taxpayer, the individual parent. There's an effort in this country to shut you up. Ms. Neely, are you going to shut up?
We will absolutely not shut up. I am here on behalf of more than 10,000 members of Parents Defending Education who want to have a voice in their children's education. Yet they, every time they speak up, are mocked, are shamed, are intimidated and silenced and bullied by elected officials and community members who do not want them to speak up.
That's because cunts like you, you're welcome, everybody. Dumb cunts like you don't understand that when you start banning one book here because you don't like it, or one book over there because the dude down the street doesn't like it, you open up the world to fascism. And some stupid fucking uneducated cunt bitch like you that all you ever did was spread your legs and pop out fucking kids doesn't have the ability to fucking just reason through that. But, oh yeah, you're so protective of those children, you goddamn fucking grooming cunt.
We're told that they're book burners who are ashamed of that.
They are book burners, and they should be ashamed of that. Look at you laughing about it. You think book burning's funny. Oh, look at her. Yeah, what Nazis did, that's funny. Burning books, getting rid of history, you know, getting rid of every goddamn aspect of the truth that your children would have possibly been exposed to. Yeah, great job. Great. Yeah, smile away, you fucking cunt.
And you know what? We will not stop because after COVID, we had a window into what our children were learning or were not learning, and we were disappointed by that. So parents have not stopped, and they will not stop advocating for their children because the gatekeepers, be it the teachers' unions or anyone else, has shown that they do not have our children.
So you're such a great parent that it literally took a pandemic before you finally took an interest in your child's education. Wow. Bravo to you, you stupid fucking cunt. Bravo. What a bitch.
They have their money and their
it was because of COVID, I finally started paying attention to what my children were being taught. Oh, yeah, whatever. Fucking idiot.
Mr. Eaton, is it your testimony there's an organized effort in this country to push ideas, books, literature through the public school system and libraries that has a very
push them.
Strong political agenda behind it? Is that
push them on the kids.
I think it's pretty clear that is what is going on, yes, sir.
Yeah, and if you don't see that, you're blind.
Justin Jefferson.
You know, in Florida?
Yeah, no. I'd love to see you go on a rant on Coke LMFAO.
In Illinois, you do it a different way. But Governor DeSantis decided he would step in and stop what he thought was...
What, you think I need Coke?
Abusive.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
My point about this hearing is there's no roll up here for any of us. Illinois, you do it the way you want. Florida, you do it the way you want. Each school
You've topped the dumb list today, Justin.
That a parent, concerned citizen.
What you just said is even dumber than that you want to bet me $25,000 that I'm wrong on a goddamn Bitcoin prediction that I've been nailing every fucking day for the last year. It's even dumber than that, bro. You topped yourself. Kudos. Kudos. Yeah, you want to see me on a drug that I got addicted to and almost died on. Fuck
but
you.
dabs are a downer, which means you're comer.
Fuck you.
I could only imagine you on an upper
Fuck
LOL.
you. I don't need fucking coke. Fuck you, man. How's that? You want to see me pumped up? Go fuck yourself, you fucking dumb cunt. How about that? Fuck you.
And say,
Don't fucking
"I
disrespect me
object,"
like that ever again.
without being humiliated is a bad
How's that?
day for
Is
America.
that entertaining enough
And
for you,
there's
you little
nothing in
bitch?
the Constitution preventing everybody in this country for having a say to express yourself.
Is that what you want?
To try to mold the community in a way that you think is better. And some of the things being pushed through this agenda are just quite frankly offensive.
I actually agree with Ranking Member Graham that I don't see much Congress can do. We will make no laws addressing this. But I do think it's important that we hold a committee like this to talk to these larger issues. We have a country right now that is based in the ideals of a commitment to one another. We weren't founded on sameness, same religion, same ethnicity. We were founded on big principles of democratic ideals.
No, we were founded basically on white Christians, dude. You're an idiot. You know, and just because they didn't write the goddamn, the Christian doctrine into the Constitution, which made them pretty intelligent to not do that, they were still fucking bathing in Christianity. So for you to think that this country was not founded by a Christian base, you're in fucking complete denial about what your history is. You're in complete denial about American history. Fucking idiot. It's idiocracy everywhere, man. Everybody's in fucking denial.
See each other, that we understand each other. That's what makes us stronger. And in many ways, our schools become areas, especially the ideals of public schools, where diverse people come together for an education. I am suspect of these books being taken out of libraries and schools because
Justin Jefferson.
I started seeing books that had been there.
I didn't know all of that, my bad man. I was addicted to it too. Got some bad one time and had headaches for a month.
On shelves, suddenly being taken off. Stunned that there were books that were important to me when I was growing up.
Important. See how easy it is to say Caitlin Collins, you idiot?
In 1969, had to fight a court case, had to go to do legal.
It's not important.
Fights to get into the town I grew up in.
How many times you got to fucking tell people that?
Family ever to move in, they had to get a white couple that poses them to buy the home to move into the community. As I grew up, as my father used to call us, 4 raisins in a tub of sweet vanilla ice cream. And for me, finding certain books on my library shelf that not only gave me affirmation, but a celebration that expanded my understanding of history, they were anchors to me. Lifelines in some ways. And at a time that I was forming my self-concept and my sense of self-worth, these were the books that became the foundation of who I am. Some of the greatest works of American literature. And so when I see books by some of the greatest authors, I see Frederick Douglass there, being taken off the shelf, that's when I begin to worry that we're falling into this trap where we are failing to do what is necessary in a democracy, was to create public forums, educational...
You are a fucking horrible statesman. It takes you forever to get to the point, and when you finally get to the point, everyone's too fucking knocked out sleeping out of sheer boredom, waiting around for you to fucking make a point. Let me tell you something, man. If you're really angry about this, and if you really want to see something done, you need to get more passionate about it and quit acting like you just took a goddamn full bottle full of Paxil, you fucking dope. Jesus fucking Christ, this motherfucker.
Pathways that engender empathy and understanding.
I'm falling asleep.
That engender deep knowledge. That engender the kind of sentiment that is necessary for democracies to exist. Not a culture of contempt for one another, but a deeper culture of understanding.
Deeper culture.
Engender. The ability of a group of people, not even parents of students in schools, but a group of people or individuals who are able to go into a school district, a school board, in an effort to ban certain books.
And you have no passion, and you have no rage, and you have no anger, you have no emotion. Another fucking wet blanket. Yeah, I'm so charged up right now, man. I really want to see some change. She's got me going, man. She's pumping me up.
The book as inappropriate, and therefore
that's a leader.
That goes through some sort of a review process.
Blah 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 blah. You know. The delivery is
Mr.
important.
Knox, you've done some research on why there is this effort to ban books.
If I could feign
Can you
snoring right
tell
now,
me
I
what
would, but
sorts of books are
no
usually
uvula, you
get
see.
on these banned book lists?
Yeah, I would say that, thank you for the question. So the books that usually show up on banned books lists are books that we consider to be diverts. And these are basically books about anybody who is not white,
Francisco Moro.
male.
Nay is something in fire.
It's my, thanks for asking, Francesco. That's my dabber.
About people of color.
It's the bubbler right here.
These sorts of books are the books we see on the banned books list. And I do want to
Francesco Moro
address the idea
on fire.
of banning books. So really what we often say is that these books are not banned, but they are challenged. So like Biden's border crisis, Banned Books Week has a nice alliterative ring to it. But in fact, we talk much more about challenging books. And what this is removing
Francisco
books
Moro.
from access
to
its intended audience. So that includes both age appropriateness, but also who did the author intend this book to be read by? That is an important part of thinking about what we call collection development in libraries. We consider all sorts of issues when books are put in a collection, not just issues.
They're going to read some of the passages from some of these books. I haven't heard any of this yet.
Being put on the collection, but also how do we show many different viewpoints and ideas? When we look at the diverse books,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I do understand that the target of a lot of these kinds of lists is books that depict diverse lifestyles, for example, if you want to call it that. And so, for example, one of the books that is being sought or challenged in Iowa is a book called Ho'anani Hula Warrior. This is a book about a child who doesn't see herself as a girl or a boy, but something in between. And this child dreams of leading the hula group, but everyone else thinks that only the boys should lead the hula group. The Native Hawaiians have traditionally recognized the existence of a third gender called Mahu, and this book explores this and many other parts of Native Hawaiian culture. Yet this book could potentially be banned, as I mentioned, from a school district in Iowa for running afoul of a law against books for younger grades that deal with gender identity. Mr. Giannoulias, do you think, and also with Dr. Cox, do you think this book should be removed from school libraries?
Thank you, Senator. I personally do not, which goes again to the fundamental nature of our legislation, which is to allow librarians to make that decision. My guess is they would determine this book belongs in our libraries. The point I also want to make is, especially with regard to Hula Warrior, the goal of literature is to reflect back to the reader either the struggles that the reader is facing or to provide insight into struggles that the reader has never had to imagine. Books are a safe place for people who are struggling, who need help. And I would disagree with one of the opponents here today.
I do need to get to, sorry, and I don't even need the answer from Dr. Cox, but I do have another question for you. Is there any evidence that says that exposure to certain kinds of books leads to harm to a community? Does exposure to an LGBTQ plus book somehow cause harm to the reader? Is there any evidence to that effect?
Zero.
No, there is not. What I mentioned before is that books can be windows to learn about other people. So it might be that you have a friend who is thinking about their own gender identity and you want to know more. And reading a book like that one will help you understand what your friend is going through.
Mr. Chairman, I should think that there is more harm to a young person who thinks that he or she can be shot to death in a school than being exposed to certain kinds of subjects and books.
Let's take two books that have been much discussed. The first one is called
Here we go.
All Boys Aren't Blue. And I will quote from it.
Okay.
I put some lube on and got him on his knees. And I began to slide into him from behind.
Wow.
I pulled out of him and kissed him while he masturbated.
Dude.
He asked me to turn over while he slipped a condom on himself.
Where's this book at?
This was my ass, and I was struggling to imagine someone inside me. He got on top and slowly
I don't need to
inserted
hear
himself
anymore,
into
dude.
me.
Okay, look.
It was the worst pain I think I
Oh
have
my
ever
God.
felt in
I'll
my
bet.
life.
Yeah, I'll bet. That motherfucker seems to really enjoy reading that, and all those people want to sit there and listen to that. Okay, after the first line, I got it. It's inappropriate. What book is that from? I mean, where is that? Is that book? Who has access to that book? Would be my first question. My second question is anybody saying it's okay to have that book available to children? That's a pornography level prose there. You know, that's the kind of shit you would read in a sex novel. Like verbatim. So how would a sex novel be available to kids? So I'm kind of confused where this book is available. And if it is available in schools for children, I would say, yeah, that's where you would draw the line. There should not be any books available to children that have passages of explicit sexual intercourse of any kind for children. You want to say that this might be available to 9, 10, 11, 12, 12th grade? High school? I don't know what the purpose of it would be. I still don't see a reason for it. It's smut. That specific book was smut. And I guess by your silence, all of you disagree with me, huh? Oh, so I guess you all support that garbage. Now, what I talked about before is, you ban a book here because someone doesn't like it. You ban a book there because someone doesn't like it. You start entering into that, Nazism, burning books. But this is, if someone has literally written this garbage and is putting it in a school situation. No, they're not all the books being banned. No. Hey, not telling you, fucking idiot. Shut up. Let me make my fucking point. You're such a moron. God. You all would agree with me that book shouldn't be there. And then some idiots, like Not Telling, they literally tell you that those are the books being banned. Oh, really? Not the one with the Holocaust references in it, not the one with the African American references in it, not the ones that just talk about a girl who's confused about her gender, and it's not a sexually explicit one. Bullshit, Not Telling. Bullshit. You don't know what the fuck you're saying. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. There's all kinds of books being banned. There's all kinds of... You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. But, when it comes to something like that book, that one book, I would say, yeah, that's inappropriate and it shouldn't be there at all. And however the fuck it got there, I would be tracing it all down. Right back to the fucking author of how that book got in the hands of children. Now, I would be questioning if that book was actually available in a library setting in a school. I would love to know that. And whoever would think that might be a teacher that feels that specific book is okay for kids, that they should be fired too. No problem. It's smut. But what about the book with the Holocaust reference? Not Telling. You want to talk about that one that's getting banned? You want to talk about the African American stuff, the stuff about slavery that's getting banned? Yeah. So now you fucking know Not Telling. Now you know the whole fucking story. You know what I mean? These are not the only kinds of books getting banned. So, yeah, that book shouldn't be there. That's fucked up. And the fact that this moron can sit there and read that garbage and act like, I don't know, man. That he would even want to sit there and read that. I would read one line of that and I would fucking edit what I was saying.
Drugs Bunny. He goes on to read a passage out of another book.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to this one, but, God damn it, man. 13. Let me see what he says here.
With it. It's called genderqueer. Okay. Let me read an excerpt from that.
Okay.
Quote.
All right.
I got a new strap on.
All right. So, once again, I've heard enough. That book shouldn't be available. But, get rid of that shit. How the fuck is it even in there in the first place? This shouldn't even be an issue. How the fuck is that in the hands of children? So I'm assuming he's going to tell us now where these books have been made available.
Now, Mr. Secretary, what are you asking us to do?
This is excellent.
Are you suggesting
I agree.
Only librarians should decide whether the two books that I just referenced should be available to kids?
How the fuck are they even being offered to kids? No. How is this even an option?
Tell me what you're saying.
Well, first of all, there's this...
Don't give me a speech. Tell me what you're asking me to do.
With all due respect, Senator, the words you spoke are disturbing, especially coming out of your mouth is very disturbing. But I would also tell you that we're not advocating for kids to read porn.
I love what he just said. It was very disturbing coming out of your mouth. Yeah, I was disturbed by it too. You guys catch that? I couldn't even listen to it. I feel bad for all of these people that they all just had to sit there and listen to that fucking garbage. It's not appropriate. If people want to write that kind of shit and sell it as a sex book, I'm okay with that. Whatever your thing is, I don't mind.
Abysmal Hunter. Fucking garbage, mate.
But how the fuck did it get into a school library? That would be the question,
Senator Booker's
What
point.
are you advocating for?
We are advocating for parents, random parents, not to have the ability, under the guise of keeping kids safe, to try and challenge the world view of every single manner on these issues.
You're getting conceptual game.
I'm not getting
No, this is the not telling problem right here. Is people aren't smart enough to know when to fucking draw the line.
Dabs 4 days. If it
and
can't be read
first
aloud
it's a
without
book of
cringe and
smut, and where I would agree with you, and that smut shouldn't even be available. Right, I agree, that smut shouldn't even be available to kids. I agree with that. But then, you make this leap, not telling, you make this fucking giant leap across this giant divide to, there's a Holocaust book that I don't like. There's a book that depicts slavery that I don't like. My white kids are offended by it. This has already happened in Florida, guys. So you need to understand, they could take something like this, and I totally agree with them, and they're right, and they have my support in getting that smut out of there. But you got to draw the fucking line right there, guys. At smut, at pornography, period. When you're talking about gender, you're talking about confused kids, that's okay. You want to talk about kids having sex and shit like that, bro? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you exposing these kids to, man? Oh my God. And the fact that this fucking cunt job could read that shit says a lot about him. It really does. Because there's no way I could have read through that garbage. This is a motherfucking closeted bitch right here.
Yes, you are. Because I want to know what you're recommending. It sounds to me like what some of you are saying, the librarians should decide who gets to see that book.
I'm saying
No, this is what I'm saying. Whichever librarian allowed that book to go into a library needs to be fired. Whoever wrote that book or produced that book and submitted it to a school of children should be sued and prosecuted for distributing pornography to minors. Period. And why aren't those charges being filed?
Parents are allowed to make a decision of where that line is, and To Kill a Mockingbird, which involves a rape scene, should that book be pulled from our libraries? I think it becomes...
Kill a Mockingbird, how explicit was the rape scene? I don't remember. Does anybody? I guess I didn't read the book. Does anybody know how explicit it was? Let me know.
But I think you ought to think about it a little bit more before you come here.
I've thought about
If you're going to propose something, you ought to be able, in 30 seconds, to be able to explain what you're asking us to do. Ms. Kelly, what do you understand? Well, let me skip you for a second. Mr. Cameron.
I thought he was pulling a goddamn Mitch McConnell there for a second.
That's Mix.
Mix? Is that how would you like me to refer to you?
Senator, your definition of sexual is synonymous with LGBTQ identity.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you to tell me you read those two excerpts. Do you think that, are you asking that only librarians and not parents have any say in whether minors can read?
Shady salamander.
Is that what you're saying?
That is one wild suit,
I've never been in my school library.
No, let's just stop a second. Now, you're going to go in here and try to defend your free speech, and you're going to dress like this. Hey, man, are you kidding me? I mean, what are you, a fucking plant? Are you a Republican plant? This ain't winning, dude. You lost everybody when you did this. You disrespected the entire system, you dumb fucking cunt. What the fuck are you doing? With your Pee Wee Herman bow tie. What are you fucking doing?
Shady salamander. MO37226KEKW.
It's hard to defend people's free speech when they don't even know how to defend their own free speech. You know, you're going to go in there, at least dress appropriately. You know, do something with your stupid fucking hair too, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Maybe get a haircut.
Never been banned.
Well, suppose it was. Should it be up just to the librarian, or should parents have a say?
There should be facilitation of collaboration between students.
Should parents have a say?
Parents should be working with students and educators to be making decisions, because students are...
And who decides ultimately? The librarian, or do you take a vote, or who takes...
Yo, bro. Hey, bro. You think maybe you could just talk normally like you normally do when you just open your mouth and talk, instead of trying to sound differently than you really do? Because, you know, you putting on a little voice like this and talking like this, it's extremely intentional, and it's not your voice, and it's not how you talk, and I could sound just like you if I wanted to, because this is exactly what the fuck you're doing, and you need to fucking stop it, because it's not realistic, and it's not how you talk, so you're a fucking phony, so everything you say should never be taken seriously, because you don't even take yourself seriously. Wow, I sound just like him.
To vote?
I sound just like him.
Book review committees in...
Book review committees.
The community in my
The
school.
community. He's doing a little vocal fry. He's going to do a little vocal fry. He's practiced this. I have to work on my vocal fry.
School district.
You want...
The district. The district.
On a committee to decide?
There are committees.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you, how do we decide...
How is this person defending free speech, my free speech?
Should be available in the library. What would you, if you were running things, what would you do?
Put me up there.
All Boys Aren't Blue, the scene you mentioned, is about sexual abuse.
I know what it's about.
It's not
what
erotic.
Would you do in terms...
It's not erotic. It would be to a rapist, you fucking idiot. You know, and that's up for interpretation. It was sexual in nature. It was smut. It was inappropriate for children, and so are you. You're fucking inappropriate for children, man. I wouldn't trust you around children if you think they should be exposed to that kind of material. I'm fucking blown away, because before I was wondering who are the people that think that a book like that is appropriate for kids. This is them. This is them. So, bring it on, folks. Bring it on. We're having the discussion. If I'm hitting any sour notes, you know, let me know. Laura Violet, I do the voice better.
In terms of making the...
I don't know. He's got that vocal fry down pretty good. I'm gonna have to work on the fry part.
books available. Would you say anybody can see them, or they have to be in a special session?
Students who do not read books, like all boys aren't blue.
Students. He's got a hell of a lisp. That was like, I could never do that. Students. He's got such a natural students. There it is. It's like students. I think I got it.
Blue cannot learn.
I had to work on it.
I understand that.
They cannot learn.
I understand, but none of you want to answer my question. You come here and you say censorship is bad, and of course it's bad.
Yeah, censorship's bad, but, you know...
Fucker sounds like a hi-hat, aha.
You know, censorship's bad, but, you know, adult theaters are fucking 21 and up or 18 and up for a reason, you know? There's adult sections in libraries or stores or you know, adult stores or whatever, and they've got adult sections where children aren't allowed in. You know, magazines aren't marketed like sex magazines aren't put where children can usually see them. They're usually put behind something, you know, and covered up somewhat. You know, for anyone to pretend that we don't already have the standards set in society to cover this is psychotic. We don't need more restrictive rules. We just need to enforce the rules we have. Man, put me in that seat, you fucking old fucking piece of shit, goddamn closeted homosexual, because that's exactly what you are. Put me in the seat and you ask me the fucking question. All right? And I'll answer it, because that guy can't answer dick. You know, he doesn't know how. I'll answer the question for you. And my answer would be, smut's never been allowed in schools. You find some smut, you take it out, whatever. There shouldn't even be a debate around it. And as far as everything else goes, get your fucking dirty paws off it. You know, you don't like a narrative? Fuck you. You don't like what they say about slavery? Fuck you. You don't like what they say about LGBTQ community because some kids might be confused or something? Fuck you. You know, you don't get to touch that shit. And just because some parent doesn't like some book about, you know, Anne Frank or someone that lived in the goddamn days of the Holocaust and they don't like it and their fucking kids doesn't mean that book gets pulled out either. You motherfuckers are losing their minds over this shit because of crazy psychos out there like Not Telling who literally believe that this is what it's all about. It's not. It goes so much deeper, man.
You heard the
God.
book we're talking about.
Don't let them take your fucking speech away, guys. As that's what you're
I almost
cheering
got expelled
on.
in 8th aid for
You're
bringing
cheering
one of
it
my
on.
dad's Playboys I stole from him to school.
You got a notification?
And parents have nothing to do with it. And if that's your response, what?
Yeah, I agree. Not telling. I agree that kid in there is basically a fucking child molester. If he feels that kids are okay to be exposed with you know, homosexual rape scenes in books, it's psychotic. And I don't understand it. Mine's at least comical.
Parents, Senator.
It's supposed to be. Well, you don't think his is comical? He's fucking comical as fuck.
What country, more appropriately? This is not China.
Parents, Senator, for all due respect, parents absolutely have a say. My parents were immigrants, came to this country. We never checked out books without our parents seeing what books we were reading. They encouraged us to read
Mr.
books.
Secretary, I understand this is good for your politics back home.
It's got nothing to do with
but
my
I'm not-
politics. My
of
bill is
course
passed.
It does.
My
It
bill is
has
passed.
everything to do with
No, he said what I said. We've always had the standards. Parents have always been protective of their children. You know, if this dumb cunt that's sitting over there, the other woman, you know, if she for some reason only started protecting her children from COVID and she's Johnny come lately, well, too goddamn bad. All of us have been on the same page forever. You know, and that's what that other guy just said. We don't need more rules, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm here with a problem, and I'm trying
Pull
to
out the
understand
smut. I'm
solution,
fine
and
with
you
that.
don't have one.
We solved the
Sexually
problem.
explicit. I know what that is. Pull it out. I'm fine with that.
You're on the wrong. We'll be on the wrong side of history.
We solved the problem in Illinois. We fixed it because we.
Well, there are others you could work on.
Well, that's why
I'm out of time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
To help other states.
He's
make
out of
these
time.
decisions.
Wow. So, you know, I could never listen to that sort of shit. And when he started it, I was just like, I was shocked. I really didn't think it was going to be like that. And then I started thinking, you know, there's not 100 books in the libraries that have this kind of material in them. But if there are a few, and if there are areas where people are trying to push this sort of thing, and people are sitting by and allowing it, we're going to have some big problems, man. Big fucking problems with fascism taking over, because people like Not Telling are going to support people like fucking Ron DeSantis. They're going to lick their asses and tell them it's fine to control us. It's fine to take our speech away. We need to be controlled and ruled by a fascist, and you'll never fucking see it coming. So it's a fine line to walk, everybody. And it's not fun. It's third rail AF. But, you know, you better take a stand somewhere on that thing, because it's coming to your fucking door eventually. It's going to silence you and yours. It will. I've been right about everything, guys. I get proven right every day. Everything I fucking say to you, it always comes true. Oh, but there were all these videos, and we had pilots and Joe Rogan and Splash Splash, and so many. And the gimbal video, and the Go Fast, and the NASA, and the wow. One more thing. Chalk it up. Write it down. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back again. Of course I am, because unlike you, I'm right about shit. Crazy, right? I deserve it. Report finds no evidence of alien life linked to UFOs. From an independent research group. I didn't even read the article. I didn't even read the article because I don't even fucking care. I told you. Of course I knew this. And just by doing that and just doing basic reasoning and using logic, I mean, I don't even like to say that I use logic, because I really don't feel like I do. I feel like I just use common sense. And I think that's a lot easier than logic. I'm not a logical person, man. I just listen to truth and shit, and I'm just like, basic science type shit. Like, okay, so you found a planet 120 light years away, and it takes 30,000 years for us to get there. And it's covered with water, supposedly, but you're not sure. And you don't know what elements are really there. And we have no way of propulsion to get across the galaxy once we get away from our sun, once we leave our solar system, which is what we would do. We would leave the fucking solar system. So we're going beyond Pluto, right? And then no more sun. So you're not going to be using solar panels to charge anything. How are you going to grow food? Where are you going to get power? You think we're going to solve all this in enough time to beat climate and the loss of habitat? No way. Common sense shit. And that's all I ever do on here, man. I see it for what it is, and I call it for what it is. I don't understand why people have such a problem with that. Jimmy Dore's getting called out really bad on Twitter now. It makes me so happy. There's a whole thing going on right now with Graham Elwood and Jimmy Dore. Graham, well, let's just pull it up. Let's just pull it up, man. Let's go through it. We've got some video here. It's a little short video from Graham Elwood. Here he is. So I think you guys might find this interesting, because I know I found it interesting as hell. There he is. That's friend of the show's Graham Elwood, everybody. He's been on. He would probably come on again if I asked him. He's a champion of all podcasters. Anyway, he's got a little information here about Jimmy Dore that I wasn't aware of until this morning. This is hearsay, but it's also backed up by somebody else, and it's another journalist that backs up what Graham's about to say, and we're going to get into that in a second.
It's cost me money disagreeing with Jimmy. If I just
Right? It's cost him money disagreeing with Jimmy. He used to be on the Jimmy Dore show regularly. He used to go on tour with Jimmy Dore. So he would open up or be a part of the panel, right? And he'd make money as a comedian doing that with Jimmy Dore. For him, agreeing with Jimmy Dore is financially sound. It keeps money coming in. And all he would have had to do was just bend over and play ball and not follow his own personal beliefs. And he would have had that place there with Jimmy up until right now. But watch this.
All I cared about was money, and I'd agree with him. But I'm not going to do that. I am only going to talk about what I believe in. And if you don't believe me or you don't like me, whatever, I'm saying what I believe in. No one's in my ear. Okay? And I know Jimmy was getting money from Peter Allard, who is a billionaire that was paying some indie, he's supposedly progressive. He was paying Jimmy what I was told was $5,000 a month.
So all Jimmy has to do to get an extra $5,000 a month.
It's Josh G. Said I'm so late. Stupid flights.
Is just push anti-vax rhetoric on his channel. And this guy will pay him $5,000 a month to do it. That guy just died. Looks like Jimmy lost his cash cow. Hey man, let's make a prediction. How much you want to bet that Jimmy Dore stops having Robert Malone and John Campbell and all the other anti-vax bullshit on his show that he's always had? How much you want to bet that starts fading away? And eventually in a year, like if we check back in, there would be no more anti-vax shit from Jimmy at all. Because now he realized how much of a risk he's taking with that bullshit, and he's no longer getting a payday for it. And we used to say on this show, we were trying to figure out what it was. Why was Jimmy doing this? Why was Jimmy keeping this narrative that we were pretty sure he could figure out for himself wasn't true? And what I said was he's doing it for clicks. He's doing it for clicks. He's doing it for clicks. No, he's doing it for $5,000 a month. And you know what he said? He'd sell out for $30 million a year, which is what Rachel Maddow was making supposedly. He's like, you pay me $30 million a year, I'll fucking tell people
Only
whatever you want.
Only $5K a month to buy that guy's narrative.
He said it as a joke, but he said it semi-seriously as well. And with a comedian, with someone like Jimmy Dore, when they say something like that, you don't know whether to believe them or not. Well, turns out it didn't take $30 million a year to have someone push their narrative down on Jimmy and have him push it down his audience's throats. It only took $5,000 a month. And that's what Jimmy's price was. Not $30 million a year, but 5 times 12, which I don't know. What is that? $60,000. So 60 grand a year. That's good money. And Jimmy can be bought out for $60,000 a year, not $30 million, because he's a cheap-ass bitch. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Graham.
And then I heard this Peter Allard guy during the whole vaccine thing in 2021 told at several shows that he was paying, hey, I need you to push this anti-vaccine stuff. And several of the shows said, I don't want your money more. We're done.
Wow. Not Jimmy.
And Jimmy kept taking his money. That's my understanding.
That's his understanding.
There's a lot of stuff that's suspect here. It's cost.
So it's his understanding, and he's not saying verbatim or whatever. But I'm telling you what, for Graham Elwood to put something like that up on the internet in the way that he worded it, if it wasn't true, man, they'd be looking at like a lawsuit from Jimmy for slander, for defamation of character. I have a feeling that Graham's not going to be sued here. I have a feeling that what he just said is true. And I'm going to tell you why. There's another journalist. There's a journalist, because Graham's a comedian. He does a form of journalism, but he's mostly a comedian, and he likes to report on shit, right? But there's a guy who's not a comedian. He's actually a fucking journalist. And I want you to look at this picture right here. Shit. Okay, or not. For $9.99, Jordan Sheridan put in. Now, if that's Jordan Sheridan, maybe it's not actually Jordan Sheridan, because it just says J and there's no avatar there. But someone with the name Jordan Sheridan, who is a journalist, and I'm assuming it is Jordan Sheridan because these guys are reporting it's Jordan. The Vanguard is saying it was Jordan Sheridan. He says, I can confirm this. Jimmy introduced Allard to me years ago. Allard was paying him and a few others $5,000 a month. It's right there. So I have a feeling that Jimmy Dore will not be suing Graham Elwood over this, because now he would not only be having to sue Graham, he would also be having to sue George Sheridan. George Sheridan is an accredited journalist. Now, mind you, he's also been accused of rape. But, so is Joe Biden, so is Donald Trump. So, take it or leave it.
Drugs Bunny. I'm not trying to change the subject, but did you see the debacle about the energy secretary and her electric vehicle trip?
No, I just saw I just saw that her electric vehicle ran out of power and they couldn't find a charging station. They got stranded, I guess. I don't agree with censorship. Don't cheer it on, man. I mean, smut's one thing, not telling, and I'll agree with you guys, all of you, that smut does not belong in a school setting, period. There's no question. Neither of those two books. That kid, someone should fucking watch him and see if he's molesting kids. Yeah. If he thinks children should be exposed to that garbage, he's probably molesting kids himself. You know.
Drugs Bunny. She had gas-powered vehicle go ahead of her and block charging station.
And block? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. She had a gas-powered vehicle go ahead of her and block charging station? What? Why didn't they call the police? I don't understand what you mean.
Drugs Bunny. So she could charge her car.
I don't understand what you mean. Drugs Bunny, you're not making any sense. I'm going to read to you what you just said to me. She had gas-powered vehicle go ahead of her and block charging station so she could charge her car. What? I'm just saying, I don't understand what you're saying. You're not making any sense. What do you mean she had gas-powered vehicle go ahead of her and block charging station? What does that mean?
It's Josh G. Oh, like reserve the S?
Oh, like she had a gas-powered car drive in front of her, go into electrical charge places and block out a spot for her so she could get her car in there? Oh, thank you, Josh G, for clearing that up for me. Is that what you mean? You mean like reserve a spot for her?
Drugs bunny. Yes.
That's weird and stupid. God damn, so they paid to have a gas car?
Johnny's military service. I got married 28 years ago today. Dumbest thing I ever did. Don't marry the chain-smoking girlfriend, nay.
Okay, don't marry the chain-smoking girlfriend. Okay, buddy. Thank you. I don't have a chain-smoking girlfriend, but if I ever, my girlfriend were ever to take up chain-smoking, man, I'll keep that in mind. They're disrupting Citibank. I don't know if that's such a great thing, man. I don't know if blocking people from going to work is the solution to our problems. So, for climate, this is, bullshit, dude. I understand protesting. In this case, humans will not be able to stop the warming. So this accomplishes nothing but keeping people from their jobs and daily lives. Go protest on the sidewalks. You know, who was this? Citibank? Citibank or any other corporation aren't the problem. We are way past that. Way past it. You know, you can go block Citibank employees from going to their jobs, but you know what? That's going to come back and hurt you. When you have a problem with your city card or your fucking city account or your mortgage or your uncle or your aunt or your cousin or your friend down the street. And you've accomplished, the only thing you've accomplished is making things harder for everybody. And there is nothing that Citibank or fucking anybody can do to stop the damage that we've already done. We've done the damage. We've done the damage. There's no going back. Honeymoon with Earth is over, man. It's ended. Humans. The CDC admits that 1 in 5 people have a health condition from COVID. God damn, dude. 1 in 5 adults have a health condition that might be related to their previous COVID illness. Can you fucking believe this? Look at this. I need a dab, like stat. Approximately 1 in 5 adults ages 18 plus have a health condition that might be related to their previous COVID-19 illness, such as neurologic and mental health conditions, kidney failure, musculoskeletal conditions, cardiovascular conditions, respiratory conditions, blood clots, and vascular issues. Talk to your healthcare provider if you have symptoms after COVID-19. I wonder how those conditions rank to vaxxed versus unvaxxed. Because people who are vaxxed get COVID too. I wonder if the people who get vaxxed are experiencing similar long-term conditions as well. That would be a great study, and I'd love to see that one next. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe they're already working on it. You know, I wonder if they're... a study comparing vaxxed to unvaxxed people who have all contracted COVID. Over their long-term illnesses. Not that anybody's going to see my fucking tweet, but... Oh, and that's only after 3 years. 1 in 5. So in 10 years, it could even be worse. You know, there could be conditions that haven't been detected yet. That was tweeted out by Pat the Burner. When I like this post, I'm literally liking that Lena Wen has long COVID, says Pat the Burner. You just made me laugh out loud on my show. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh my God. Kim Jong-un's limo, they park it inside the train and pull it with them. And it's a side door, so it's like they have to pull the car up and fucking go like this and like wedge it in there. That's funny.
It's Josh G. Ha ha ha.
My favorite Halloween merchandise is skeletons of things that have no bones, like octopuses and spiders. That's funny. A spider skeleton because, you know, spiders don't have bones. That's funny. They have an exoskeleton. Huh. What's a scam that's so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore? There's everything, dude. I could name a million things right now. You know, sugar.
It's Josh G. Voting.
Voting. Yeah. You know, EVs. Yeah, electric cars. You know? God, so many.
Shady Salamander. You legit just for whoever is going to you more gently, aha.
Is it gonna fuck you more gently? You know, Green New Deal. I wonder what some of the answers were.
Drugs, bunny. Insurance. It's Josh G.
PC repair.
Recycling, probably.
Capitalism. Income taxes. Usury interest rates. Interest. Inflation. Religion. Fractional reserve banking. Privatized healthcare. Buying politicians. Banking. Paying for water. Someone else said voting. Income tax. Credit scores. Credit scores aren't a scam when you got a high one, though. And you're taking advantage of the system. You're gaming it. All I had to do was pay off all my bills and do shit on time. And I got stellar credit. If I wanted stuff, that would be great, you know. If I wanted to buy a fucking car or a boat or something, but I don't. God, Fannie Willis has 8 terabytes of discovery in the Trump case. 1 terabyte contains 6 million documents. 2.5-year investigation. Jeez. Biden told a group of rabbis on Thursday that he was raised in synagogues in my state, Delaware, after previously claiming to have been raised by Delaware's then tiny Puerto Rican community, New York Post reports. Yeah, dude, every day. It's every day. Happy 710, yes. Yes, 710.
It's Josh G. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Hoot in hell. Cheers.
So I guess Alex Jones hasn't paid anything to the families yet of Sandy Hook?
It's Josh G. Still slinging that bone broth, though. It's Josh G. Bozo antics.
He owes them 1.5.
Hoot in hell.
1.5 billion.
Classic Jones.
He owes them 1.5 billion dollars. And hasn't paid them a dime. I don't understand how that works. Whoa, dude. Alex Jones, his ex-wife, has done something. She's exposing him. Holy shit. She was always out there, honey, what are you doing in there? I'm renovating. Oh, I'm writing something on Twitter about you. When InfoWars morphed into Trump TV, featuring Robert Stone as anchor, she wants them to investigate who bought the supplements from Alex Jones, and I think she's saying it's Russia. I've said it to the January 6th committee, investigator, the world, and to every law enforcement officer I knew to tell. Alex Jones doesn't own the property he alleges to own, is funded by the proceeds of fraud, and is infringing on copyrights to endanger America. I've long had suspicions about my ex Alex Jones's crypto donors and Cayman's travel. He's been an RT player for years, and now that he's overtly Team Putin, considering recent Cheesebro revelations and financial questions, is it unreasonable to wonder if Moscow has offered asylum? Alex Jones's Bitcoin fairy drops $8 million in a month on InfoWars. Comments. Alex Jones has repeatedly appeared on Russia Today. They spin for him. And he's published over 1,000 RT articles. She's trying to say that because he's on RT that he's a Russian asset. Oh my God, dude. We're going to have to speak out against that. You got to defend Alex Jones. Because that's not true. I mean, you think that, do you get that, Lee Camp shills for Russia? You know? Why did Alex Jones' lawyers travel to Moscow? He hangs out with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
большого оазиса во время шторма. Но я не знаю, останусь ли я на этом месте завтра, смогу ли я донести.
Huh. Wow, this dude says you married this dude knowing full well what he was. Okay, you guys, I am out of here. I hope you had a great afternoon. Have one. And I'll see you on the next show. Remember, when you're watching the show, guys, if I see a lot of chats, I won't end them. You know, I'll keep going. But there's really not a lot of people talking, and I'm just looking for interesting things to read to you, but I'm running out of stuff here, so I apologize. And maybe I'll have more for you this afternoon or later on, or what next time we go live. Turn on your notifications. Meanwhile, you catch me on Twitter.
Hoot and hell.
At Nays Garden.
Thanks, Nate.
Right,
usually working while